Started with an itty bitty chip on my motherfucking shoulder, I ain't lying, had a nigga straight tweaking. I was tryna bust out clean from a motherfucking runaway scene, niggas thought a nigga geeking. More than please, no drama, long as we keep it on camera, just all a nigga seeking. This all of me, oh mama, working on me, won't prosper, and I ain't even cheating. She like, we'll be on the slow. Yeah, I'm high shit. That's when she go low. Leave it on my head. Right. Look what I found, ladies and gentlemen. Most YouTuber advice is ass. Advice tier list. You know what I'm saying? Well, here's like maybe the main reason why I clicked on the video. An advice tier list. You know what I'm saying? 02. Yeah. So let's find out about this tier list, shall we?
I've been doing YouTube for nearly a decade now.
For real?
And over the course of my career, I've heard all sorts of advice tossed around. Some of this advice dramatically reshaped the way I thought about the YouTube algorithm.
Talk about it.
But some of it, looking back, was just complete nonsense. And what better way to structure a video with a list of bad, mid, and good things than a tier list?
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Bad, good, and
We're
mid.
gonna start things off with F tier. And this tier is for the truly terrible advice. Advice so bad that following it will...
I ain't gonna lie, wait. What's the most terrible advice y'all ever received? Online. Be honest. As I think about mine. Hold on, let me sip my coffee real quick. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Will hurt your channel. And there's not going to be too many things in this tier. Most advice is at least applicable in some niche cases.
For real?
Or at least is at the very worst just a waste of time. But the stuff in this tier is worse than that. It will mess with your analytics. It will de-rank your videos in the algorithm.
Oh.
Don't follow the advice here. But to start us off, we have...
But then, like, why does it exist? Because I'd expect that kind of thing, like, you know, from generic voices. You know what I'm saying? Generic talking heads. Like, you know, I don't know, faceless AI, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, it's repetitive points, repetitive topic. You know, things like this. It's like, bro, it's like at that point, but it's like at that point you gotta be able to catch it out. I ain't gonna lie.
You should delete bad, old, or underperforming videos. So this is designed.
Oh, you should delete or ban underperforming videos.
Disastrously bad advice. But to fully explain why, let me give you a quick rundown on how the YouTube algorithm works.
No, hold on. Before you give that advice, I did, you know. Hold on. I think this is a little too loud. I did react about digital footprint, right? I did react about the whole thing, you know, the whole term called digital footprint, because digital footprint is important, you know what I mean? And I feel like to a point where obviously deleting it would, you know, you want to document your journey. You don't want to document where you started from. I actually want to hyper do that so much that, bro, my great maybe great grandkids to the 8th generation can see how I even looked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I used to freaking rock my locks. I don't know, something. You know what I mean? Be like, that was Big Dog right there. That was Big Dog right there. She got my eyes too. I gonna hold you down. That is Big Dog. You feel me? And then that respect can carry on for like generations on end. Who wouldn't want a little bit of respect, you know, multi-generationally? Let's talk about it. Well, that's if the internet is still, I ain't gonna lie, it's finna be more advanced. I feel like, you know, there's the whole idea where maybe the internet might not exist. I know, right? It sounds so ridiculous to be like, yo, in the future, you know, the internet might not exist. I think it just might be going forward even more. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give the platform for my kids to just like do that. You feel what I'm saying? So you might want to do that. You might just like want to document some stuff. You feel what I mean? So it's like, yo, why delete the stuff? I ain't gonna lie. It's unfortunate that a whole lot of people don't have this mindset before being oh my god, unbearingly cringy, right? For what reason? Like, homies be so unprovoked, like, and just be so cringy, and then like look back and be like, oh shit. Now I understand that kind of unfortunate like sort of vibe, but it's like, yo, you know, for the most part, bro, like, don't delete your tweets, ladies. Yes, don't delete your tweets. Don't do it, bro.
This will, of course, be massively simplified.
Okay.
But to be honest, the core concept is really not all that complicated.
It's not.
The YouTube algorithm works by comparing viewers' watch histories and looking for patterns. So the most basic pattern would be something like this. Viewer 1 gets on YouTube and gets shown a random selection of videos on their homepage.
Yep.
They watch videos B, D, and G. Viewer 2 gets on YouTube and watches videos B, D, and G.
Yep.
Viewer 3 gets on and watches videos B.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Give me a little quick second. I want to see something right quick. I bet.
And D, and then logs off for the night. YouTube is going to put video G onto viewer 3's recommendations
For real?
front and center the next time they log on, because it noticed the pattern that people who like videos B and D also tend to like video G. There are, of course, hundreds, if not thousands, of additional variables, but all of those additional complexities layer on top of that core concept, patterns of viewership.
Talk about
YouTube calls this co-watch behavior, and it is the main driving force behind the recommendation algorithm. If you can understand that concept, you can probably follow my rationale for basically every tip in this video. So the reason that deleting old videos is bad for growth is that it also removes that data from your viewers' watch histories, which means there's less of a pattern for YouTube's algorithm to pick up on to use to push your videos.
Oh, my son's ear too. Damn. Damn, that's why I'm here. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm glad I'm here. What? Yes, okay. No, that makes sense. Okay, no. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, yo, okay, I understood that from the beginning, but okay, shit, if that's what it is, that's so interesting. Okay, so it also it erases all that data from basically your audience, right? The people that the algorithm connects your content with, because all that data matters for future recommendations to that viewer. Gotcha, buddy. Gotcha, buddy. I ain't lying.
People. Now, of course, there can be genuinely good reasons for deleting an old video.
Yeah.
If you, I don't know, accidentally doxed yourself and included some sensitive information, yeah, probably don't just leave that up for strangers to see for your own safety. But in general, it's a bad idea.
At your own risk.
And if you really just don't like your old videos and want them gone for reasons of taste,
yeah, you can do that too.
That's okay too, I suppose. You can also just unlist them, which won't remove them from people's watch histories, but that also means that if they want to watch it, they can just go back through their watch history and find it. So it's not a good solution for really sensitive information, but if you just don't want it to show up on your channel, it does work. I'm personally of the opinion that it's a good thing to let audiences go back and see how much you've grown as a creator.
There we go. Nah, I did point that one out. Come on, bro. Give me a hand, nigga. Give me my credit for that. Growth and stuff. Growth, digital footprint growth. You know what I'm saying? Growth. Ooh, multi-generational growth. Okay, I like the sound of that one better. I ain't gonna hold you.
But I understand that not everyone can stomach the cringe of their teenage self.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
If you're just deleting it because
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Hold on. Talking about like teenage being like, you know, cringing over like your teenage digital footprint, right? I've had situations where you know, I would be so confident in the moment or in that phase of life. Maybe my friends, maybe my, you know, close partners, whatever. We, you know, maybe handling a movement or some stuff. You feel me? And then we decide to just like embark on some sort of journey. It feels like it could be like super permanent. You know what I'm saying? to a point where it's like, nah, this is such the perfect move right now. It'll never be cringy type stuff. I don't know if you had that, and then you look back at it, and you're like, what the hell was you thinking? And again, I don't know why today I'm having unpopular, intrusive expressions, but I will express the fact that, yo, my super Christian days, man, you know, being the super Christian, bro, like doing this, that, and the third, man, you're doing it, you're winning souls, you look at that stuff, like, bruh. Here's what it is, though. To each their own, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to express this to bash anybody. I'm just like expressing my own, how I feel about my own self. You know what I'm saying? And I never think that is ever wrong. You feel what I mean? But I look at my past, you know what I mean? Like making music about that stuff, bro, like going crazy. And right now, how I see not just even just Christianity, religion as a whole. It's like I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give myself, you know, to a specific religion, like my entirety like that. Now that I understand like the way I'm supposed to, you know, attach to the world, the universe, my reality. You know what I'm saying? Religion is not the end all and be all. It may be a part of it. I may use like certain parts of certain religious maybe principles, maybe outlooks and things like this. You feel me? That's why, you know, I don't disagree with like religious you know, texts, virtues, you know, morale. Feel me? Like, so some of it I apply to this day, but I'm just saying, like, yo, being young and just like making that thing your whole identity, and that's my whole entire universe, bro. Like, it's like, whoa, you know. I look, because there is some digital footprint I have on that, you know. Do your homework. But yeah, I'll look at that like, yeah, nah, I ain't trying to listen to none of that no more. I ain't trying to see none of that no more. I ain't gonna. That's why it actually makes me nervous, like right now. You know what I'm saying? Be this reaction content creator type. Like, yo, I might just look back at it and cringe, you know, as fuck. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. It might be so cringy. Like, don't you ever think about that? It might be. I'm not saying it is. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me just knock on wood real quick. Saying I knock on that wood, man. Yo, you ever met somebody where like, yo, I'm trying to knock on wood. You don't even find no wood. You start knocking on your dick. You literally start knocking on your DICK. You're like, man, you knock on wood. It's knocked on wood. That's literally my wood. That's what I knocked right now. That's the sound that produced right now. But yeah, nah, not to say, you know what I mean, that happens, but not to say, you know, niggas cringe over their digital footprint. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we're all right now doing the right thing enough to, you know, be proud of what we've established right now, right?
It didn't get the view numbers you wanted.
Yep.
You're making the problem worse, not better. I actually know a few YouTubers who delete low-performing videos to make sponsors think that they hit higher view counts more consistently than they actually do, so they can use that data to negotiate a higher rate. But this is playing with fire, in my opinion.
And playing with fire?
Second in F tier, we have the advice, all engagement is good engagement. I think everyone who thinks about this from—
Wait, all engagement is good engagement? All engagement is good engagement? You know why I actually kind of like justify that kind of reasoning? Not completely though, but like just a little bit. You know why? What's the reason? This mug right here. What's the point of this blunt right here? Somebody in the comments, right? Like just like give some light. What's the point of this sucker right here? If not all engagement is good engagement, because to say you dislike the man, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to do a little quick research, bro. My fault for wasting everybody's time. If you think this is about to waste your time, I feel like maybe skip on over 5 minutes ahead, maybe 3.5, some shit like that, right? Let me just find this out right quick. Copilot, does YouTube push your videos to more people because a lot of people engage with it through the dislike button?
Yes, YouTube does have algorithms that help push videos to more people. They look at engagement, watch time, and viewer behaviors.
No, I'm saying, yeah, well, I'm saying, does YouTube push your YouTube videos to more people because people disliked a video? Do they push it to more people?
YouTube generally doesn't push videos to more people because of dislikes alone. In fact, the platform tends to focus on overall engagement.
So, okay, wait, what's the point of the dislike button?
The dislike button on YouTube mainly helps personalize individual recommendations and gives creators feedback. It's not there to boost a video's exposure.
Say that again. What's the point of the dislike button?
The dislike button on YouTube is mainly there to help tailor your personal recommendations and to give creators some feedback on their content. It's not really designed to increase a video's visibility.
Okay. Shout out to the homework real quick. So I guess I understood it like fucked up. Like my understanding was sideways. My fault, gang. My fault for wasting out of that time.
More than a second knows it's not true. But still, every so often, I'll see a creator going back and forth bickering with one of their fans.
Why?
And they'll invoke this as a sort of attempt to reframe the whole interaction as like a gotcha. Like the viewer will be criticizing or insulting some aspect of the creator's video, and the creator will counter, aha, I got you. You see, you thought you were damaging my reputation by insulting me, but actually, you've just given me more engagement, boosting my influence even further. Ha ha ha, joke's on you.
I ain't gonna lie, the joke was on me. Like, I thought all engagement was kind of necessary. Nah, but then again, bro, that's like mad ignorant to even be like, yo, all engagement is necessary engagement, because, you know, people are aware of their mental health, and just like, you know, the whole thing, mental health, emotional energies, this, that, and the third, you know, the whole good speech, the buzzwords. And yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with the fact that, yo, you know what? Other suckers start going crazy in the comments, say block suckers. You feel me? Block suckers, keep moving, blah blah. People, you know, and that's good. You don't need those people just to keep the engagement going, so that, you know what I'm saying, more of your content is pushed to more people, because, you know, there's engagement going on. I don't know if that's how it really happens, since, like, you know, somehow I seem to not be understanding this YouTube algorithm and the third thing correctly, but I'm getting there. You know, I will make it.
But this is usually, frankly, a pathetic attempt.
Pathetic. Nice one.
People from criticizing.
Nice one.
But still, there are some people who earnestly believe this. I've even heard of a few creators who will include 1 or 2 spelling mistakes on purpose in order to generate more engagement in the form of comments that are correcting them, thinking that that is helping their recommendations reach more people.
Oh.
It's just not. I don't know how else to say it, but...
Oh snap, I've never thought of that one. Misspell some stuff so that it could be corrected in the comments. I don't even know how to feel about that. I'm not going to.
People who literally designed the YouTube algorithm have said as much.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Don't do it.
Okay.
Now, of course, if a creator posts something that's so bad that the badness of it becomes a spectacle in and of itself, that can override the negative effects of...
Like what? You just become a meme at that point, though. You just become maybe what? Right? A meme. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I've seen a little bit of a video about like where meme stars, right, quote unquote, where meme stars are at right now. Yeah, I'm not like being a meme star, like, nah, it's not enough for me, man. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you just become a meme, and at that point, it's like I cannot. I'm not jacking it. I'm not jacking
negative engagement. But even in those cases, usually the big winners in that scenario are going to be the commentary channels that farm that misfortune for views. That's honestly
that farm that misfortune for you. Wait, please say that again, Zutier.
even in those cases, usually the big
Say that again.
spectacle in and of itself.
Yeah.
That can override the negative effects of negative engagement. But even in those cases, usually the big winners in that scenario are going to be the commentary channels that farm that misfortune.
That misfortune for views. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What did he just say right there, ladies and gentlemen? I feel like, you know, with that being said, reaction channels are vindicated, bro. There's a gap that mofos like myself are filling. There we go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we out here, we farming these kind of, this kind of content where, you know what I'm saying? You may not have intended it to come out that way. You know what I'm saying? But then now, it's like, it can create a spectacle enough for like maybe a reaction channel, commentary channel to just like express about it, and then for it to, you know what I'm saying, for it to override that negative engagement. Correct me if I'm wrong. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? But there we go. I feel like, you know, I don't know, man. As of late, I've just been discouraged, you know, about the whole, you know, reaction channels narrative being low effort and this, that, and the third. I feel like, yo, that might be the diminishment of the reaction industry. Ugh. I feel like that sounds weird calling this thing an industry, but like the reaction, like realm, dimension, aspect. Oh man, I don't know. Help me on the comments, please. Damn. But that might be the end of that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Just calling it low effort and shit like that. That's not cool.
For views. That's honestly the only advice I've heard which I do think actively hurts your channel's ability to rank highly in recommendations. Let's move on to D tier.
Let's do it.
This tier is for advice which I don't think actively hurts your channel,
What'd it do?
but can indirectly hurt it by nature of just being a complete waste of time. This is going to be a pretty packed tier because honestly, most of the advice that I hear as a creator falls into this category.
What's that?
First in D tier, we have you should post at specific times or days of the week. For like 99% of YouTubers.
Oh no! I ain't gonna lie, my boy. What you say fuck me for? No, I say fuck phrase. I ain't gonna hold you. That's wrong. That's not it. That's not cool. That's L advice. Well, D. Whoa, D tier advice.
This just doesn't matter at all.
It doesn't
Now,
at
sure,
all, bro. What you say fuck me for again?
If most of your audience is American,
Yep.
and you post at 3 a.m. Eastern time, or you post during the Super Bowl, or you post during Christmas morning.
Yeah, well, of course, like nobody's catching that.
Yeah, the amount of people who are immediately dropping everything to go watch your video
Like two
is
niggas.
going to be lower.
Yeah.
But if a viewer likes your videos, they're going to see it the next time they open YouTube.
Exactly.
And in fact, your video already being up and ready to watch when they sit down at their desk for the first time to start their day might actually play in your favor.
Right.
It might not be good for their productivity, but still. The point is, in the long run, a video is going to get about the same amount of views that it would have no matter what time it was uploaded.
Nice.
So don't stress about it.
Phew.
Unless you make time-sensitive videos. If you're doing a news show
okay.
or
Oh yes. The whole, I feel like, you know, now at that point we're getting into the whole, you know, covering something that happened right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to come out at that moment, like some hotcakes or some shit. And it has to get moving at that point. You know what I mean? You cannot be late, because even a day late can you see what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, cool.
God forbid.
Oh yeah, versus yo, I didn't even complete my point. Versus, you know what I'm saying, the evergreen joints. The evergreen joints where it's like, yo, it's not specifically like just time sensitive, somebody that catches it maybe 2 years from now could appreciate it at that time. Whereas maybe somebody that's like covering Kai Cenat's, for example, Kai Cenat's reading challenge. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, 3 years from now, who's gonna give a fuck about like Kai Cenat's reading challenge unless for some research purposes, right? Being like, oh, yeah, there once was a nigga named Kai Cenat who had decided to, you know, cut off being a streamer full time and just go into reading and shit. Like what happened there? And it's like, what are the chances? Like, what are the chances that's gonna get triggered 3 years from now? You feel what I mean? So I hear you, bro.
Drama videos, you do have to keep your topics relevant to the current news cycle.
Yeah.
If
Facts.
you make videos about internet trends and fads or new releases in gaming and film, you don't want to miss the boat on those.
Exactly. I don't want to
Although
be late.
even in those cases, a good video can still work after the fact as a retrospective.
Nice.
But yeah, for most creators, this just isn't something you need to concern yourself with. I used to upload all of my videos at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
What happened?
Because that's when I personally would have been most likely to just be chilling looking for something interesting to click on.
Yeah.
But eventually I stopped caring about it and just started uploading whenever a video was ready, and I didn't see any difference in performance at all. Next in D tier, the algorithm will punish you for taking a break. So in general...
Oh, vindicate me, bro. No, not vindicate me, but like liberate me from that, you know what I'm saying? That mental construct. That's crazy, bro. I don't know why even to this day, dog. Like, I'm afraid of taking a break, and that's because, you know what I'm saying, I'm nothing but just like, and yo, I tell y'all, you know, every time I get the chance that, yo, I appreciate all 20 of y'all subscribers, bro. You know, mess with y'all, appreciate the fact that y'all stop by, y'all want to see more, you know what I'm saying, or y'all want to give me giving more a chance, you feel what I mean? But you know what I'm saying, I'm like, yo, 20, yes, I best not lose this blood. Now I'm just like, yo, I'd be so nervous taking a break, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be burnt out. No, no, what? I said I'm cool with like, you know, my fault.
No, there's no amount of time you can take off that would trigger some sort of massive downranking of your videos in recommendations. If your audience really likes your videos,
now that I like the sound of that, my boy Zier too.
They're gonna keep sharing them with their friends and probably even go back and watch some old ones.
Beautiful.
As an example, at the beginning of the year 2020, I had about the same amount of subscribers as my friend Sam from the YouTube channel Sam Onella Academy. Sam proceeded to take a nearly 3-year-long break, all the while massively diffing me on both subs and views. And this isn't me saying there's anything wrong with the algorithm or anything like that. His audience just really likes his videos and likes to go back and rewatch them. And when he
nice, you got that replay value going on.
Finally did.
But they be watching his stuff like they, you know, like some sort of movie or series, their favorite movie or series of theirs. Like that's really cool. I like that.
Those 3 years, all of his new videos did basically just as well as you would have expected had he never taken a break at all.
Beautiful.
Bill Wirtz made what I think could be reasonably described as the greatest educational YouTube video of all time.
Oh, so he's the educational.
Even though he hasn't posted in years, his channel still pulls plenty of views. If
Crazy.
he ever posted another history of blank, I think the internet would go bananas.
Nice.
Now, these channels are, of course, outliers. I don't think everyone can expect that level of audience loyalty. But what I'm getting at is that...
Wait, why not? Wait, back up, nigga. Why not? Wait. Watch out, gang. Watch out, gang. I expect all that and more, fam.
The performance
Chill.
of good old videos is not negatively impacted by the lack of new videos.
What's it impacted by?
Even channels whose videos are highly time sensitive still take breaks from time to time, and they still have an audience when they come back. Now, obviously, you don't want to...
But now, where do people get the whole narrative from? Like, yo... You know... Well, okay, would you say for new creators, you know? Like, really low creators. Like, that... Wouldn't that make sense for really low creators?
To be too inactive. If you just up and ghost the internet for years at a time, it's not just your audience who's going to notice.
Yo, and shout out that guy, Corey Kenshin, right? And so Illuminati too, if you know, you know. These the people that have been examples of just like, yo, I could take like an extended break. I ain't gonna hold you. Come back and it's still as beautiful as it was, baby. I ain't
YouTube
gonna hold
channels
you.
are businesses, and like any business, you're gonna have competition. If you've
Facts.
left your audience with nothing to watch for years on end, I would expect your competitors to notice and for them to try and emulate your style in order to capture some of your audience. So take breaks when you need to, don't burn yourself out, but never think that success is guaranteed either. Next in D tier, just do this one weird trick. All right.
Doing the one weird trick. What trick is these? Okay, I think I know you talk about just like generally. Hey, follow this trick, follow that trick. Yeah, like, yeah, see that right there, like, I feel like anybody with a brain, right, could, you know, realize how clickbaity that is. Like, that's just like clickbait nature kind of videos. I've taught myself to just like walk away from that kind of, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, yo, do this one little thing, do this one, or the, you know, the course sellers, you know what I'm saying, the course sellers that like are not even about whatever they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, whatever their video is about, but they always will push that course. And I'm not looking at, I'm not taking a knock at all my course sellers, but it's like there are course sellers where their content is aligned with maybe how they would even segue into the sponsorship of their course, sponsorship, the segment, right, the ad segment of their course, and it may even feel like it's one thing, it's still one video. I get that, because by the time you tapped into that video, it's so aligned with what's in the course, you thinking whatever you're gonna get in the course is what this YouTube video is. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So those kind of course sellers, like, I see y'all, but like the other kind of course sellers and the follow my weird little one trick ponies, yeah, man, like I learned, like I seen the value of just like ghosting those kind of creators, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't want to stoke drama, so
You don't?
I'm not going to name names.
Don't do it.
But I do have a bone to pick with, okay, I'm re-recording this bit because after watching it back, I think I started to come off way too heated for no reason.
Whoa.
Basically, what I want to communicate is that there's a lot of videos out there that can really just get you barking up the wrong tree if you're not careful, by convincing you that there's a lot of subtle tweaking that you can do to your video's metadata, you know, things like the video tags
and SEOs and things like that,
and the file names, and like things you can do with the YouTube Studio editor that would allegedly massively boost your odds of going viral. And I'm sorry, but I do think that that's all just a complete waste of time.
crazy.
I'm not saying that adds zero value at all, but at the end of the day, if your videos are bad, there's nothing.
Your videos ass is ass, bro. Videos is ass. Your videos is ass. It's just what it is. It's just where it's at.
That you're going to be able to do, like metadata manipulation wise, to get people to like them. And if your videos are excellent, frankly, it would be pretty hard to screw it up. Like, it would be legitimately difficult to get people to stop sharing them.
Beautiful.
And if your videos are mid, you're much better off spending your time learning how to improve your craft than you are learning all these subtle metadata manipulation tricks. You should always prioritize the things that your audience can see, not what YouTube's algorithm can see. Next in D tier, one bad upload can kill your channel. Thankfully, probably not. Again, flip it around. How many times have you, as a viewer, completely written off all of a creator's future work based on one bad video? Probably not too many times.
Yeah, not
Although,
too many times.
If you've been around long enough, maybe you can think of one or two. But no, what actually kills channels is a string of uninteresting videos that leads to their audience just not being as excited about their stuff anymore. But yeah, don't stress about singular flops.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie. Listen to me, Zutier. You know, the whole chat about niching down and, you know what I mean, focusing on a topic point and things like that. Because the thing is, you know, that's how I understood why people lean into niching. You know what I'm saying? Niching audience, doubling down and things like that, is the fact that you may have a mixed and mingled kind of, you know, all type of varying kind of content within your channel. and then that might have somebody who likes some batch of your content more than others. You know what I'm saying? It'll let them tap out. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's maybe where the whole niching thing is necessary. You know what I mean?
It's way too much pressure to put on yourself, and literally every YouTuber uploads a stinker every once in a while.
Yeah, facts.
And last in D tier, monetization will hurt your YouTube channel.
For real?
It's crazy.
People
I know
say
a handful
that?
of creators who just agonized over the decision to either monetize their videos
Why?
or do sponsors. They thought their audience would crucify them if they did it, but Patreon wasn't quite making ends meet for them, and so eventually they felt like they had no other choice. And then when they flipped the switch, they got literally 0 negative comments about it. And the same is true for sponsors. In fact, oftentimes I see the exact opposite happen.
Yeah.
Where they'll suddenly get a lot of comments along the lines of like, yo, our boy finally made it. Hype. It's an understood milestone in a creator's career, and I think most audiences understand that.
Nice.
I've even heard of creators faking sponsorships because they feel like it gives them more legitimacy to have them than to not. I wouldn't do that. Faking sponsors is also D-tier advice, but so is completely writing them off as selling out.
Yeah.
That's it for D-tier. All the rest of the stuff on this list is at least somewhat applicable and definitely won't hurt your channel. In C-tier, we have advice that is potentially useful, but isn't universally applicable. And first in C-tier, this is going to be a controversial one.
What's up?
Collabs are a good way to grow your channel. This one's interesting because YouTube Creator Studio actually tells you that this is a good idea. I did a ton of collabs in the early years of my YouTube career.
What happened?
And to be honest, I don't think a single one moved the needle at all.
For real?
Now, I'm not saying they can't work. They can make for fun and entertaining videos.
Yeah.
But for growing an audience, one, they're not that great.
Two?
And two, you want to build your own audience, not leech from someone else's.
Right.
That second point isn't some moral judgment or anything.
What is
I'm
it?
not saying you're not going to have any overlap with other channels' audiences. Of course you will. But I've seen it several times where a creator will do a collaboration and it'll do well and they'll get a ton of new subscribers and views.
Yeah.
And they'll get all excited and celebrate. But when they upload their next video, it doesn't hit. And they might even lose subscribers. And the reason is because those subs weren't made in earnest. They were subbed as a show of support for a different creator and for you as their friend.
Right.
But not because they actually connected with your content. And that can be really demoralizing. You may have noticed that collabs in general are just not all that common these days on YouTube. And I think this is the reason. They're just not all that effective in the long run. Now, there are other creators who I think do it well, but I think the reason they make it work is that they do cameos or games where it makes sense to involve other creators.
You finna win a couple dots, keep losing. I mean, super thick that a nigga keep chewing. Eat into the morning, cause the baby she choosing. Eat it like it's ham, cause I know that she can do it. Got me on that bitch that I thought I wouldn't do. Cause I'm on another level, bitch, I'm geek. Count up your words and watch how you speak. Bring you some shit that niggas never pick. Scale every fabric on me, shit they cheap. Quit all that cat and shit while you want. I heard you got cat drip the whole nine. The money do backflips, the whole vibe. It's more than just rap shit, it's that grind. Started with an itty bitty chick on my motherfucking shoulder, I ain't lying, had a nigga straight tweaking. I was tryna bust out clean from a motherfucking runaway scene, niggas thought a nigga geeking. More than please, no drama,